Have you ever watched a Shen Yun performance and wondered what it takes to become a principal dancer? I'll be sharing with you my experience of how I became a principal dancer at 19 years old. And hopefully, my experience will give you some insights you can apply to your own pursuits. If you gain any value from this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. My story starts in Toronto, Canada. I was outside the school on the playground eating a vegetable samosa, which I always got from the Indian store right by my school. An upperclassman came by and told me I should probably run some laps around the school to burn it off after. Now, I didn't realize he was making fun of me until a few years later because I was overweight at the time. As a kid, I was addicted to video games, and the only thing I thought about was how to have fun. But that all changed when my mom wanted me to train in classical Chinese dance in New York. As a kid, I always listened to what my mom says. And at the age of 13, I headed from Toronto to New York to train in classical Chinese dance. Arriving in New York, the first thing I did was join a training session where we were stretching. And from there on out, I knew that I would have to say goodbye to my comfortable and easy lifestyle forever. It was the most painful experience I've ever had in my life. Luckily, the only thing that made it better was that I was not alone. I had 16 big brothers with me at the time going through the same thing, and that made it bearable at the beginning. Now, as training went on, I realized a few things. I was the weakest one there, I was the youngest one there, and I was probably the most unathletic one there. So at the time, we had to do these jumps called Pang Fei Yan, okay? And we had to do 100 every single day. And I remember I could not get off the floor. I could not split my legs at all, while everyone else was basically splitting 180 degrees to the side. And at the end of our day, I was completely tuckered out. My legs were jelly. When I woke up, I could not even move my body because of how sore I was. And the stretching, don't even remind me about it because it was the most painful thing that I was dreading every single day. But at the time, I also did not want to stop because I didn't want to disappoint my family. Now, how did I go from being the most unathletic kid, the last in the class, to a principal dancer? Well, it started with two key changes. The first one, after many months of training, we went to our first live performance. And I still remember, after curtain call, where I saw the audience and I saw that our performance truly touched the audience in a positive way, I knew at that point I wanted to dance. I found my passion. Now, I'm no longer dancing because I don't want to disappoint my parents, but because it's something that I want to do. 2. My parents believe in a spiritual practice called Fa Lun Da Fa. As a kid, I naturally followed along with them, but it wasn't until after I moved away from them where I realized the importance of leading a life following the principles of truthfulness, compassion, and forbearance. I found my faith. And I realized that I needed to be truthful to myself and find out what I want to do in life and what I want to believe in, and not just listen to my parents. Specifically with dance though, it also taught me to endure and push on in times of hardship. And it all paid off in 2008. That was when I got my first leading role as the character Ji Gong in the dance drama Ji Gong Adopts the Bride. And I was a seemingly crazy monk with supernatural abilities, and I basically saved a village from impending doom in that dance drama. And every year from then, I got a few lead roles every single year until 2012. I was promoted to a principal dancer, and that year I played the character Yang Zhi in the dance drama Yang Zhi and His Saber from the classic novel Outlaws of the Marsh. Now, what's my main takeaway from this story? Nothing worthwhile in life comes easy, especially finding your faith. I still remember at the time when I found mine, I had this thought: if everyone in the world followed the principles of truthfulness, compassion, and forbearance, we would be in a better place. This is something I realized when I was just a young kid, and every time I was met with hardship and tough times, it's what gave me the conviction and purpose to push on. But my story doesn't end there. In 2014, I stopped dancing and I wanted nothing to do with it. If you want to hear that story, let us know in the comments below and we'll make it. And check out this other video of how I joined Shen Yun. If you haven't watched it yet, I think you'll enjoy it, so check it out. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.